Ngorongoro crater is a protected area found within Ngorongoro Conservation Area in Tanzania, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The crater has an amazing landscape and spectacular scenery with a lake, swamps and marshes within it. It is the world's largest inactive, intact and unfilled volcanic caldera. It was formed when a large volcano exploded and collapsed on itself 2 to 3 million years ago. It is 610 meters deep and the floor covers an area of 260 square kilometers. It was voted as one of the 7 natural wonders of Africa in Arusha in 2013. The crater is the 6th in the world, and the uniqueness of it is the abundance of wildlife, the Big 5 being among them. Visit Ngorongoro in Tanzania for an unforgettable experience.
Mamlaka hifadhi ya Ngorongoro ni mojawapo ya eneo muhimu sana kidunia na ni eneo ambalo ni maarufu kwani watalii wengi wanapenda kulitembelea. Vivutio vilivyoko ndani ya hifadhi ya Ngorongoro mojawapo ni pamoja na msitu wa nyanda za juu za kaskazini, maeneo ya nyanda za Ndutu ikiwemo ni eneo maalumu kabisa kwa ajili ya mazalia ya nyumbu wanaohama, lakini pia bila kusahau bonde la Olduvai ambayo ni maarufu duniani kwa ajili ya historia ya binadamu wa kwanza, ambapo fuvu la kwanza la binadamu lilizinduliwa pale na Dr. Melilik. Lakini pia tuna vivutio vingine kama Olkarian Gorge ambayo ni mazalia ya ndege adimu jamii ya vulture. Lakini tuna vivutio vingine ambavyo viko ndani ya hifadhi ya Ngorongoro kama Olmoti Crater. Mbali na Olmoti Crater pia tunayo Embakai Crater, lakini tofauti na hapo pia Lolmarasin ni mojawapo ya mlima mrefu ndani ya Tanzania. Ni mlima ambao ni kilele cha 3 kwa urefu baada ya Meru na Kilimanjaro. Utakapokuja ukanda huu wa Lolmarasin hautaishia tu hapa, una uwezekano mkubwa kabisa wa kufika kwenye kreta ya Embakai ambayo pia ni kreta yetu muhimu, inafikika kwa utalii wa kutembea kwa miguu.
Mlima Lolmarasin ni mlima unaopatikana kaskazini mashariki mwa mamlaka ya hifadhi ya Ngorongoro. Lakini mlima huu Lolmarasin ni eneo mojawapo la site za mtandao wa hifadhi za kimiamba au geopark. Kwa hiyo unapokuwa katika mlima Lolmarasin unaweza kuona kwa urahisi kreta za Olmoti, kreta za Embakai, mlima Lengai ambao ni mlima wenye volkano iliyo hai. Lakini ukiwa katika kilele cha mlima Lolmarasin unaweza kuona vizuri bonde la ufa la Afrika Mashariki, lakini kwa umbali unaweza kuona milima ya Meru na milima ya Kilimanjaro. Ni eneo ambalo tunafanya matembezi ya miguu kwa wageni mbalimbali wanaotembelea katika eneo hili au walking safari. Ni eneo zuri la kutembelea. Tuna mabonde na miteremko mbalimbali tunaita Embugbul Depression. mlima Lormalasin ni mlima unaopatikana kaskazini mashariki mwa mamlaka ya hifadhi ya Ngorongoro. Lakini mlima huu Lormalasin ni eneo mojawapo la site za mtandao wa hifadhi za kimiamba au geopark. Kwa hiyo unapokuwa katika mlima Lormalasin unaweza kuona kwa urahisi kreta za Ormoti, kreta za Embakai, mlima Lengai ambao ni mlima wenye volkano iliyo hai. Lakini ukiwa katika kilele cha mlima Lormalasin unaweza kuona vizuri bonde la ufa la Afrika Mashariki. Lakini kwa umbali unaweza kuona milima ya Meru na milima ya Kilimanjaro. Ni eneo ambalo tunafanya matembezi ya miguu kwa wageni mbalimbali wanaotembelea katika eneo hili au walking safari. Ni eneo zuri la kutembelea. Tuna mabonde na miteremko mbalimbali tunaita Embulbul Depression.
Mamlaka ya hifadhi ya Ngorongoro ni mojawapo ya eneo muhimu sana kidunia na ni eneo ambalo ni maarufu kwani watalii wengi wanapenda kulitembelea. Vivutio vilivyoko ndani ya hifadhi ya Ngorongoro mojawapo ni pamoja na msitu wa nyanda za juu za kaskazini, maeneo ya nyanda za Ndutu ikiwemo ni eneo maalumu kabisa kwa ajili ya mazalia ya nyumbu wanaohama, lakini pia bila kusahau bonde la Olduvai ambayo ni maarufu duniani kwa ajili ya historia ya binadamu wa kwanza, ambapo fuvu la kwanza la binadamu lilizinduliwa pale na Dr. Melilik. Lakini pia tuna vivutio vingine kama Olkarian Gorge ambayo ni mazalia ya ndege adimu jamii ya vulture. Lakini tuna vivutio vingine ambavyo viko ndani ya hifadhi ya Ngorongoro kama Olmoti Crater. Mbali na Olmoti Crater pia tunayo Embakai Crater. Lakini tofauti na hapo pia Lormalasin ni mojawapo ya mlima mrefu ndani ya Tanzania. Ni mlima ambao ni kilele cha 3 kwa urefu baada ya Meru na Kilimanjaro. Utakapokuja ukanda huu wa Lormalasin hautaishia tu hapa. Una uwezekano mkubwa kabisa wa kufika kwenye kreta ya Embakai ambayo pia ni kreta yetu muhimu, inafikika kwa utalii wa kutembea kwa miguu.
Ngorongoro crater is a protected area found within Ngorongoro Conservation Area in Tanzania, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The crater has an amazing landscape and spectacular scenery with a lake, swamps and marshes within it. It is the world's largest inactive, intact and unfilled volcanic caldera. It was formed when a large volcano exploded and collapsed on itself 2 to 3 million years ago. It is 610 meters deep and the floor covers an area of 260 square kilometers. It was voted as one of the 7 natural wonders of Africa in Arusha in 2013. The crater is the 6th in the world, and the uniqueness of it is the abundance of wildlife, the Big Five being among them. Visit Ngorongoro in Tanzania for an unforgettable experience.
Ngorongoro Conservation Area is located in Africa in the northern part of Tanzania. It is a unique protected area in the whole of Africa, covering about 8,292 square kilometers, where conservation of natural resources is integrated with human development as a multiple land use area.
Ngorongoro is a World Heritage Site. It's also a man and biosphere reserve recognized by UNESCO, but also Ngorongoro is an aspiring geopark.
It is a must-see travel destination because within, one will find the famous Ngorongoro crater as one of the world's largest intact volcanic caldera. It is a large, unbroken, unflooded caldera formed when a giant volcano exploded and collapsed some 3 million years ago. The Ngorongoro crater sinks to a depth of 610 meters, with a base area covering Ngorongoro Conservation Area is located in Africa in the northern part of Tanzania. It is a unique protected area in the whole of Africa, covering about 8,292 square kilometers, where conservation of natural resources is integrated with human development as a multiple land use area.
Ngorongoro is a World Heritage Site. It's also a man and biosphere reserve recognized by UNESCO, but also Ngorongoro is an aspiring geopark.
It is a must-see travel destination because within, one will find the famous Ngorongoro crater as one of the world's largest intact volcanic caldera. It is a large, unbroken, unflooded caldera formed when a giant volcano exploded and collapsed some 3 million years ago. The Ngorongoro crater sinks to a depth of 610 meters, with a base area covering 260 square kilometers. Apart from the main caldera, Ngorongoro also has two other volcanic craters, Olmoti and Empakai. Ngorongoro crater is a sanctuary for thousands of wildlife species found within the area. The crater offers a haven for animal enthusiasts. Approximately 25,000 large animals, mostly ungulates, live in the crater. It is the best place in Tanzania to see the Big Five.
Well, this morning we left our little hotel at about 6 o'clock, and so we were driving down the road and it was dark, and all of a sudden we looked to the side and our guide was like, "Look, there's a lion!" And right there on the road, not 2 feet away from us, was this huge lion, just there, just lying there, just very calm, and oh my gosh, it was incredible.
A healthy population of black rhino and some of the largest tusker elephants left in Africa today are the prize spots, but the crater is home to strong populations of lions, leopards and hyenas, along with good herds of wildebeest, buffaloes and zebras. The Ngorongoro Conservation Area is popular for large annual animal migration. The legendary annual wildebeest and zebra migration also passes through Ngorongoro. During the large group migration, the beautiful, unforgettable scenarios occur. The mixture of forest, canyons, grassland plains, lakes and marshes provide habitats for a wide range of bird life. Over 500 species of birds have been recorded within the Ngorongoro Conservation Area. Within the Ngorongoro, you will meet with happy, strong and cultural people, the Maasai. The Ngorongoro Conservation Area is the only site in the world with a high concentration of wildlife living with human communities. About 200 years ago, the Maasai arrived and have since colonized the area in substantial numbers, their traditional way of life allowing them to live in harmony with the wildlife and the environment. Today, there are more than 40,000 Maasai pastoralists living in the Ngorongoro Conservation Area with their cattle, donkeys, goats and sheep.
The Maasai culture is worth a look. They are friendly and open, they are very nice and they are fun to watch.
The crater is just one part of a much larger area of interrelated ecosystems. The shifting sand and Olkarian Gorge are very beautiful features found in Ngorongoro Conservation Area. This remarkable black dune, composed of volcanic ash from Oldonyo Lengai, is being blown slowly westwards across the plains at a rate of about 17 meters per year, some 9 meters high and 100 meters long in its curve. And Olkarian Gorge is ecologically important because it is a vital nesting site of the Ruppel's griffon vulture. Olduvai Gorge is a world-famous archaeological location in Tanzania, East Africa, and it is widely regarded as the cradle of mankind. It is one of the most important prehistoric sites in the world. Olduvai Gorge carries some of the oldest evidence of the remains of the earliest humans. It is here where Mary and Louis Leakey unearthed the first well-dated artifacts and fossils of the earliest humans, including Zinjanthropus skull, early stone tools, Homo erectus, and the larger-brained hominin that preceded the earliest modern humans. Recently, Ngorongoro, in partnership with the European Union, constructed one of the largest on-site museums in Africa. The museum showcases some of the site's rarest prehistoric pieces, making it easier for tourists and researchers visiting the site to see. The museum was purposely designed to resemble the Maasai cultural bomas and uphold the traditional Maasai architectural style found in many communities resided in by the Maasai people.
So big and green and breathtaking, so many animals. I can't get over how green and big it is and beautiful.
The lights on the mountains, on the hills.
Ngorongoro Conservation Area stretches 8,292 square kilometers and also contains the Ngorongoro crater. The crater is 610 meters deep and was formed as a result of a major explosion and collapse that occurred about 2 to 3 million years ago, making it the largest inactive and intact volcanic caldera in the world. The area covers mountain forests, woodlands, grasslands, lakes, swamps, 2 major rivers, the Ngorongoro crater, Olduvai Gorge and Laetoli footprint. Ngorongoro Conservation Area is a World Heritage Site, a Biosphere Reserve, a UNESCO Global Geopark, and one of the 7 natural wonders of Africa. The crater harbors over 25,000 animals, including the Big 5, namely the black rhino, buffalo, lion, leopard, and elephant, as well as critically endangered animals like the wild hunting dogs. It is a unique and important area which supports the largest animal migration on Earth, that is, the Great Migration. This area shows crucial evidence of human evolution and human-environment dynamics and is recognized as one of the most important paleoanthropological sites in the world and as a center for extensive archaeological research for more than 80 years. Ngorongoro Conservation Area is indeed a gift of life and the cradle of humanity that deserves protecting and saving for future generations.
good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to another edition of the Sunset Safari with Wild Earth TV. Coming to you very much live on drive this afternoon from the scorching Pridelands Game Reserve Eco-Training's property outside Hoedspruit in South Africa's northeast. My name is Liam Burrow. I'm the lucky naturalist here in the driver's seat, man behind the lens, BK Uhuru. Kicking things off magnificently this afternoon in true Pridelands style with a large herd of ellies. Doing what all of us should be doing this afternoon in heat like this, having a blast and cooling off. Yeah, we've had a steady stream of these wonderful grey pachyderms throughout the day. So hopefully it's going to be an elephant-filled drive, but we'll see how it goes. I'd like to remind you once again that we like to keep these drives as interactive as possible, so please keep your questions coming throughout the show. If you have yet to register, please head to our website at wildearth.tv and register with us. We would love to hear from you. These young boys jawling, partying in the water. Michaela, definitely my favorite way to kick off the afternoon, with a couple of ellies making waves. This is a wonderful meeting place for the local elephants. We have a musk bull in the mix. He's been sort of scenting around a lot of the females, rubbing shoulders with a couple of the other big bulls. Yeah, talk about social networking. It is just a wonderful scene. And BK and I are positioned nicely in the shade of a tall knobthorn tree with a lovely dense canopy. So we are relatively comfortable as well, which is always nice. All of our needs are met. The savanna elephant and water have a very, very tight relationship. Taylor, indeed. Nice to have you on board. Let's go. Yeah, so these savanna elephants, in this particular area, probably drink at least twice a day. When it's as hot as this, around 40 degrees Celsius that is, these guys are probably coming to the water hole, if they can, multiple times per day. 3, maybe 4. Drinking hundreds of liters of water. Cool. Well, speaking of soaring temperatures, I think it is time now to check in with the weather forecast.
Thank you. Yes, it is very, very hot this afternoon here at Djuma. As you can see, we've got a beautiful herd of Nyala. Nyala. So, of course, one of the stunning antelopes. Actually, my favorite antelope around here. Of course, here at Djuma Private Game Reserve in the Sabi Sands, South Africa. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Cedric, and behind the camera with me on Wendy, we've got Panda. Well, it is a hot one. It's a hot one. Oh, don't go. Don't go. They're walking away now into the Tamboti thickets there. I'm hoping that they're looking for a little bit of shade, but it is a very warm one. So my plan of action for this afternoon, as you know, it is Safari Bingo, and it's the last day of Safari Bingo. So we're going to see what we can get. Unfortunately, a Nyala is not one of the animals that is on my bingo board. Kudu is, but not the Nyala. So of course that's the closest relative to the Nyala, is the Kudu. And now they're gone. Well, but we did have Birchall starlings here just now, hey, Panda? And Birchall starling was on my list, but I can't see them anymore. Oh. Peace to ya. Oh, hello. Peace to ya. To you too. Thanks for joining us. Yes, it's a lovely Saturday afternoon. It is warm. I know that Tess is going to head over to the western side of Djuma. I'm going to head over to the eastern side, go follow up on that lonely lioness that we had this morning from the Nkuhuma Pride. And of course, we're going to continue with our bingo, safari bingos. And yeah, that's about it. I'm thinking maybe first Buffelshoek Dam. That's my first stop. With this heat, Buffelshoek Dam. What do you think, Panda? All right, on y va, let's go. Let's go. So we're going to go straight up here, Gary Cut Line. Going to take a look around this side. Maybe we get something else. While we continue, let's head over to Tess to see what's happening on her side for the afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy we've got a little bit of a head start this afternoon. These are the lions we were talking about this morning. We're on the far western side of Djuma, and unfortunately there were so many people trying to get in and out here this morning. We could not come and say hello, but now you get to see a whole pride of lions splashed across the road, melting in the shade. It's so hot, with very big, full bellies. I think that's a win. That's a good way to start the afternoon. My name is Tess. Behind the camera is G. Thank you for joining us for Safari Bingo and for our Sunset Safari. And head start. I've got a board. And I'm going to cover lion. So we've decided to morph. I covered lion. There you go, lion. We're going to morph the two games because Gert and Taylor have been playing the LBR game in like the grid of bingo. So we're going to do a little bit of both, and we're going to find LBR words for everything that we have on the Djuma bingo board. That's what I was trying to say. Djuma bingo board that we possibly can. So for lion, LBR, large-bellied roarer. I feel like we've got a lot of those here. Showing off their bellies up to the air in the sun. Very nice. Oh, we've got a bit of a fight happening. So they killed a zebra this morning. That's what they're fighting over. Ha! Top cat. I forgot that it was Cataday today. Ha! Cataday Sunset Safari. I love it. Best way to start a Cataday. Oh, look at those paws and bellies. So this morning there were apparently only 3 young lions. Then some big males came along, and now there's many lions. I don't know which pride this is yet, but considering how large they are and how many they are, I can only assume it's either part of the Nkuhuma pride, I would think, but if anyone wants to confirm that, please do. There are some young males, unless in the little bit of time that I've been gone, this is in fact the Talamati breakaway pride, which is also possible because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lions. I just feel like those ones are a little smaller. But maybe they just grew a lot in 2 weeks. I don't think they did. But those are some pretty decent manes on the young males. And it looks like they've had quite a feast. I'd like to know which male lions came along, if it was that young male and the other one that splashed across the road, or if it was someone else. Because the tracks are massive. They're a lot bigger than this young male looks like he would make. Linka, I suppose that is kind of baffling as to why they would choose to splash themselves across the road in the shade. But I think we're just lucky to find them on the roads. Remember that a lot of the time, most of the area that we're in doesn't actually have roads. So we either have to walk in to track them, or we have to follow them to where they lie down. And then in those instances, we found them where they usually are, under the shade of a tree in some nice thick bush. But when it's convenient, it's convenient. At this point, this is just where they killed the zebra. So there's a nice patch of shade, a great place to put their bellies up to the sky and cool off. and it just happened to be on a road, which is very convenient for us. But most of the time the animals spend their time off of the roads. They just use the roads as a thoroughfare because it's the path of least resistance. Something happens on the road, even better. Oh, they are so hot. Look how fast they're panting. So they've eaten pretty much all of an adult zebra. Apparently it was a massive zebra. So they've eaten vast majority of it. There's almost nothing left to fight over. I'm not surprised. They look as though they need to sleep for a week.
HitPaw Video Enhancer is an AI video quality enhancer. You can easily convert low-resolution videos to high-resolution, 360p to 1080p, 4K, up to 8K. No noise, pixel blocks, and jaggies. 4 incredible AI super resolution models can enhance almost any kind of video. General denoise model can improve real details, reduce noise, enlarge video to 2 times, 4 times, even 8 times without quality loss. Face model can fix deeply blurred faces and restore facial details like eyelashes and hair. Animation model can AI upscale anime, 2D and 3D cartoons, increase video resolution. Colorize model accurately turns black and white videos into more vivid ones. Step 1. Choose file. Step 2. Select AI model. Step 3. Export video. As easy as 1, 2, 3. It supports up to 17 languages. No matter where you are from, you can always find your most familiar one. Auto enhancement, batch processing, preview without watermark, and other features bring you great joy. HitPaw Video Enhancer makes 4K as easy as saying.
Attention agency owners and freelancers. This new AI business model is taking the internet by storm. Why? This under-the-radar technology offers everything that a small business would need to automate their revenue-generating tasks, like customer support, appointment booking, and lead generation, etc. The way it works is you simply provide the business's website link to it. Then it trains the AI, everything about that business, and converts itself into a custom AI chatbot like ChatGPT, which then can be added on their website. And voila! Just see the magic as it speaks their language, learns their business, understands context, and responds to all the customer queries automatically. It's like having an entire team of highly skilled marketing and sales professionals working for them around the clock. You can deploy this technology for unlimited clients, saving them thousands of dollars while significantly boosting their revenue, all on autopilot. Best part? You collect monthly paychecks for the work AI will do for them. So what are you waiting for if you're looking to elevate your agency business to unparalleled success? Click below to access this groundbreaking AI technology, HumanBot, available now for a special one-time price.
Well, good luck with that traffic jam there, Tess. Nice to get some lions, even if they are slightly sleepy ones. Our elephants, in contrast, are wide awake. One of the things that makes me love them so much. Yeah, there is just constant activity in time spent with Ellies. They're always up to something. Again, about 18 to 20 hours a day spent feeding. The rest of it socializing, moving around, drinking water, splashing, swimming, and perhaps a very, very small sleep in there somewhere. Possibly as little as an hour or two per day. Unreal. Couple of big boys here as well. It's interesting, one of the local wildlife vets had to pop a collar on an elephant and move it. So this elephant was tranquilized, and they hoisted it up with a crane, and he took the opportunity to weigh this bull. It wasn't a particularly exceptional looking elephant bull in terms of size. Staggeringly, this chap came in at something like 7 tons. Now, all of our literature, all of our reference books list the kind of maximum weight of a savanna elephant in the Lowveld at something like 6 tons. I reckon the average is probably closer to 7, with exceptional individuals around about the 8-ton mark. But yeah, it's not often that you get an Ellie to step on a scale. So it's just one of those sort of slightly incorrect facts that's sort of proliferated itself. Picasso, a great question, and good afternoon to you. They're certainly pretty wobbly on their feet for, I'd say, the first sort of 2 weeks of life. But they seem to find their footing very, very quickly. Again, they're quite precocial at birth, so very much able to stand up and run around from about sort of 10-15 minutes of age. I've been lucky on 3 separate occasions to find elephant herds where babies have just been born. I've unfortunately missed births on all 3 occasions by minutes. But yeah, it's remarkable how quickly those babies stand up, straighten and strengthen all of the tendons in their legs, and have their first drink. A drink of mom's milk, that is. But yeah, in a very windy, roundabout way, I'd say about 2 weeks to get steady on their legs. The calf in this scene is pretty big. I'd say about a year. Yeah, I'd say about a year old. That's a big baby. Chasing a blacksmith lapwing there. Lerato, they certainly concentrate pretty intensively around the water when it's hot and dry. But we're fortunate in this Pridelands area to have an abundance of Ellies throughout the year. Numbers admittedly lately seem to be a little bit lower. I think that's got to do with the availability of food. As you may have seen in the last couple of drives, sort of scouting around this area, everything is super dry. There is food, but the Ellies have got to walk further and work a lot harder in order to meet their sort of minimum needs. But yeah, if you are planning a safari, you've got a very, very good chance of seeing large numbers of elephants in the Greater Kruger at any time of the year. I love all these gestures with the trunks. There's so much going on there that we as sort of the average person don't understand. As Simpiwe, out of the mammals, they probably do, with bulls reaching something like 55 to about 65 years of age. Cows a little bit lower, but the title for the longest lived animal certainly got to be one of the members of the reptile community. A couple of those Galapagos tortoises, those gigantic tortoises that weigh a couple of 100 kilos, 600-700 kgs. Those can live well in excess of 100 years. I've heard reports of 200 or 300. There's also a very peculiar looking lizard type thing from New Zealand called a tuatara. That can live about 150. Yeah, pity we can't tap into whatever that is, though maybe not so nice to get that old. Anyway, I think time to check back in with Tess and her lazy lions.
Sounds like a brilliant elephant sighting on that side. Well done, Liam. And that sounds like a very big elephant bull you were talking about for the collaring. On this side we've repositioned a little bit and we've actually counted 4 young male lions. So all 4 of the young males are here, accompanied by 2 ladies, and it seems like 2 of the young males are currently trying to feed, but they're getting a bit grumpy with each other. Not very much left of the poor zebra. Just a couple of bones. If you are a sensitive viewer, maybe don't take too close of a look, because you can see some of the joints of the leg there, and occasionally you might see a rib cage if that big boy moves his gorgeous head. But for these lions, this is a perfect meal. They've done a great job. Diane from the UK, thank you very much. That's incredibly kind. I hope we're successful with bingo as well. If we really want to push the boundaries, I mean, we are looking at the remains of a zebra, but I suppose it has to be a live one. But yes, it's a good way to start the stint, that's for sure. Oh, he got a fright. There was a starling that flew past and he got a bit of a startle from it moving through the thicket in front of him. It looks a little bit edgy. I think the tensions are a bit high at the moment. Lions don't have the best table manners, especially young males. They start pushing their weight, especially with each other. So anytime they're really close to the carcass, tensions are a little high, and any movement around them might be a little bit more accentuated than it actually is. He looks like he's about to go and relax. He's getting very big. That mane is coming in nicely. Oh, and he's got a scratch on his bum. That looks fresh. Possibly from, never mind, a fight today. Ooh, Eddie, I feel like these lions are very lazy today. It is scorchingly hot. We're sitting at about 35 degrees Celsius. So it's hot and they are very full. But there is always the possibility, because they are opportunistic, that regardless of the temperature, regardless of the fact that they have a kill and full bellies, oh, we're taking it in turns to move, I like it, that if something came along, they would potentially try and hunt it. It is in their instincts to do so naturally. But I feel like the bellies are just so big. I mean, look how much this boy is panting. He is really struggling in the heat. Can you imagine him trying to pull off a sprint and a jump now? Considering that he's so full, it would take so much energy to try and get something that it would really be a struggle. There is a vehicle that's going to come past now. They're just going to go around the right of the lions. Oh, that woke them up a little bit. Wow, you guys are so full, you can't even get comfortable. They look like they are so big with their bellies that they actually can't find a comfortable position to lie down and relax. Okay, we're going to see if we can reposition a little bit and find ourselves some shade, and we'll send you over to Cedric with some buffaloes.
Thank you, Tess. As you can see, we have relocated on a herd of buffalo that came down this morning from Buffelshoek area into Djuma, and then I think they had a drink. Looks like the tracks are all around Gari Dam, and then they came all the way up Mvubu Road. Now they're all resting in the shade. Oh, look at that big female there, parents. So I'll quickly point out there, long, thin. Look at those wide horns. How beautiful is that female? Look at those horns. Of course, females' horns aren't as thick as male's horns. They don't have those big bosses on their head. Much thinner. But she's got a beautiful, just the length of her horns is quite stunning. I absolutely love it. And you can see she's just chewing on the cud, enjoying that. Bingo. No, I'm not shouting bingo like I've won. I'm just like bingo. I've got this one on my bingo board. So I'm just going to ask Jordan, is it a confirmation for a sticker for my buffalo on my bingo board? Is it confirmation? Oh, it is confirmed. Thank you very much. There it is. So I'll put it on the buffalo. Just there. Hippopotamus, tawny eagle, vervet monkey, Burchell zebra. That's a good line to go for. This one I can leopard, crested franklin, Swayson spurfowl, rhino. This is not a bad one. I like that one. That one looks good, but I love the leopard part. So maybe. Let's see. Let's see. But how nice is this now? Watching these buffaloes. Nice. Not the biggest of herds. I can't really see. They're quite spread out at the moment. I also think so. Jordan. I think so. I'll try and get that bingo board filled up, or one of the lines at least. I see a little calf is standing next to a male. So it's not a female, it's not the mother of that calf. It's not a calf, like a sub-adult. Let's call it not a sub-adult, maybe a juvenile. You can see the horns is still coming through. Still got that little bit of that brownish coat. Hasn't really gone into that darkish greyish colour. Yes, we're talking about you. Almost like also panting quite a bit. It's all getting so hot around here. One needs to go and try and find some shade. It'll be a good idea. But of course, a male lying down. Now you can see the male's boss much thicker. Wayne, indeed, and the funny thing, Wayne, if you're talking about how they stare, at the moment there's some that you can't see, but they're all staring at us at all directions. It's like strange. It's like I'm feeling very awkward here. No, I'm joking, I'm not. But it's like they got like on the right hand side there's one female staring this side. It's looking, there's a big male staring at us there. There's a one and staring at us here. Oh, not that one. I missed it now. Looks like then that one, there it is, and that one's staring at us. So yeah, a lot of them are just taking a look. I'm not too sure. It looks like they might head a little bit further west from where we are now, so maybe towards Gallego Pan, that area. I don't see, always try and take a look if there's lines following them, but I haven't really looked further behind.
This Spooktober is all about scales. In honor of Reptile Awareness Day, Wild Earth is hosting a fireside chat with James Henry and reptile expert Chris Cook.
You are at risk of being bitten by.
Come along as we talk all things reptiles and learn more about the scaly soldiers of the safari. Don't miss out. Watch it live on your nearest device. Wild Earth. It's in your nature.
Get out. Alright, so as I said, we're going to try and relocate on that side of the drainage line, go towards the Rexon shortcut and see if we can get them there. Just want to see how many there are in this herd. Alright, let's go around.
And just like that, all of our ellies were gone. But that's all good. We had some incredible views of them, and we've been sat with them for a good half hour at least. What a pleasure. Our shade shifted, so BK and I changed position a little bit. Hopefully we get some nice bird life coming down to Ndlovu Dam. Cindy D, thanks very much. Yeah, certainly a very good ellie sighting. I don't know if you can hear that wailing. That horrible wailing sound. It's coming from some zebra beyond the wall. As pretty as they are, they can be pretty nasty to each other. I reckon an individual there, possibly even a little foal, was getting bullied quite badly. Okay, so apparently the sound is not quite coming through. Yeah, it's a bit like a scream. It's quite nasty. Yeah, dominant stallions in these herds can be totally brutal, especially if they get any indication that a foal does not belong to them. Maybe one of their mares has mated with another sort of rogue stallion from a bachelor herd. That stallion will come in, he'll hoof that little foal hoof and bite it to death. I don't know, it could just be bachelors squabbling, but the squealing has been going on for about an hour, on and off. Not nice. Seeing a bit more elephant activity beyond the wall on that side. We may have another herd coming in. I think we do. Jeepers, they're like flights at an airport. It's unreal. Coming in waves. Really, really awesome. Some lovely elephant trumpets. Looks like they're chasing the zebra. Good. Break it up. Yeah, these ellies definitely coming up over the wall. They're sort of behind a bush, but with some luck, they'll come along the wall. Come this way. The good water is here. Yeah, there they come. Looks like another breeding herd. No, there they are. Cool. Yeah, obviously a lot of elephant communication is at a level that we can't hear. It's just too low. I reckon herds coming in to drink are probably listening to activity around the dam, especially if they've got young calves. They don't want to be in a total tangle of other families. And yeah, and speak of the devil, there's a little tiny baby. They don't want to bring their family into a really chaotic situation. So it's the skill of a good matriarch to lead her family through the bush, out of potentially dangerous situations, and to the very safest places and situations to have drinks and find the best food to eat. That's really nice. Down the hill, right on cue. Oh, you can feel the relief. They've probably been marching for the entire afternoon. That little calf, so excited, splashing away there. It's interesting that none of the adults have actually gone all the way in for a proper dip. I wonder why that is. Certainly if I had access to a swimming pool, I would be in it. Up to my neck this afternoon. But yeah, that looks pretty refreshing anyway. Michelle, he certainly is, he or she. Very, very cute. And shielded by a fortress of legs. Very, very protective mum and older sibling. They really do make the most phenomenal moms. On a trip through the Kruger National Park, I watched a breeding herd of ellies drinking from quite a tall water reservoir. So across the park there's a number of these reservoirs, but I mean they're like 8 foot tall. So the very, very smallest of the babies have no chance of reaching. The adults can at least kind of rest their chin on the side and pop their trunk in and get some water. But incredibly, I watched one of the adult cows siphoning water out with her trunk and actually passing it to her calf. So she's obviously connected enough to that baby to know that he's not getting the water that he needs, and she's got to go sort of above and beyond to include him. They do make the most phenomenal parents. They are the bomb. It makes me love them even more. Claire, that is a great question. It is a total misconception that they do that. I think it was proliferated by Disney with the release of Dumbo in like the 60s or something. And it's just become widely accepted. You see it in lots of animations and like safari graphics and all that, but they just don't. They don't do it. I think in captive circumstances people train them to do it, but no, it's not natural behavior at all. Right, the comms are beeping in my ear, so we may have lost signal there. So Jordan, if you don't mind, maybe. Oh no, there you are.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be the man behind the lens? Come along and join our expert naturalist, James Hendry, for a photography hangout. Be entertained with safari stories and enjoy a live color grading class. Share in the moments captured and the memories created by his wildlife photography.
From the sublime to the ridiculous, everybody.
Be a part of the fun. Wild Earth. It's in your nature.
Yeah, Africa's ellies are in a bit of trouble. Not really in Pridelands or the kind of greater Kruger area. They seem to be quite safe and quite unaffected by humanity's pursuit for their ivory tusks. But go to other places in Africa a bit further north, elephants are in
Pooh! Yay! Best ever chew toy. The lion cubs do lose their little milk teeth like other animals, And it's something that we've seen more with leopard cubs than we have with lion cubs. We haven't really focused in on the process of their teeth and the way that they grow. But it happens sort of around about, I'm guessing with lion cubs, around about 6 to 8 months. Maybe 8 months would be more realistic, where they start to grow their permanent teeth and their little milk teeth pop out. And that is elephant dung. And elephant dung is fun. I'm bored with tails now. Elephant dung is the next thing. Wow.
So we have definitely got some lions that don't really know what they want right now. They're trying to get a little bit more food out of this carcass. However, I don't know where they're going to put it. But they're bouncing between trying to keep cool, trying to get food, and getting grumpy with each other. Typical young lions on a carcass. But you can actually see that it is definitely a zebra now. Have a look at that hoof sticking out on the left-hand side, some stripes showing quite nicely. So if there was any doubt at all, there's your answer. Some stripy legs still sticking out there. And one tried to steal a leg just now, had a bit of a fight with one of the young males. They're looking quite filthy. I think they ripped this zebra apart literally in the road. And it sounds terrible, but the lion tracks are over the zebra tracks. So we saw zebra tracks coming here from the southern side. I think these zebras do not know, or did not know, what was going to hit them. They were probably just moving through early in the morning, and there were some lions sleeping in the little riverbed. It's a dry riverbed, but very, very thick with trees. Perfect spot to be hiding. And I think the lions took advantage. They definitely got the upper hand on at least one zebra. I really don't know where these lions are planning on putting the rest of this meat. It actually seems a bit ridiculous that they can eat themselves quite literally into a stupor, but it is necessary. They don't know if somebody might come and chase them off the kill. Maybe some big male lions might come along. Maybe the whole clan of hyenas will band together and try and chase them off. They just don't know when the next meal will be. Hello, young boy. You done feeding for now? And so it's going to become quite important for them that they get in as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And bear in mind, there's dynamics between the lions. Hello, bigger boy. You're very handsome. Oh no, we are downwind. So I think the competition amongst themselves as well will also keep them feeding, because they want to eat more than everyone else. Andy, it's a very good question. A male lion's mane